Okay, these set of demonstrations are going to be on something called work equations. Now, work equations generally follow some kind of scenario that sounds like this. One person or one machine can do a job in a certain amount of time. If a second person, second machine, whatever, joins that first person, they can do it in a lesser amount of time. And then you are asked to find how fast they can do it together or how fast they can do it individually. Depending on what information is given to you, you can find out any of those things. So let's take a look at this particular example. It says, working alone, Russ can reshingle a roof in 12 hours. When Mike works with Russ, so when they work together, they can finish the job in 4 hours. How long would it take Mike, working alone, to finish the job? The nice thing about work equations is they all follow this format. Okay? Some type of a fraction plus some type of a fraction is always equal to the 1, or one job completely finished. Now what do you put in these 4 spots? And that's what you have to figure out from the information given to you. What goes in the numerator, into both of them actually, it's the same numerator, is how much time, or is the amount of time it takes both individuals to finish the job. So for example, let's just say they said we don't know how much time it would take. We would put an X and an X here. Let's say it took 45 minutes for both people or individuals finishing the job. We put 45 minutes and 45 minutes there. So that's going to go in the numerator, and it's always the same thing for both of these individual fractions. Now what goes down here? What goes down here are the individual times. So it's the amount of time it takes one person to finish the job. Over here it's the amount of time it takes the other person. And be careful there, make sure it's the other person to finish the job. One thing to be careful of. If, for example, this person is given, let's say they can do the job in 45 minutes, and this person can do it in 2 hours. Hours and minutes need to be converted to one another. So, 45 minutes could be 3/4 of an hour. So you could write 3/4 here if you'd like, and then 2 hours here. Or 45 minutes and 2 hours, you could put 120 minutes for 2 hours. But whatever you use, and all the same units will work. Just make sure that you have the same units for both. Now with that in mind, let's go ahead and take a look at our particular problem. It says, working alone, let me set up my equation first of all. I know it's going to be this, and I just have to fill in 4 spots. So working alone, Russ can reshingle a roof in 12 hours. So we know that Russ could go here or here. Doesn't make any difference, but we know it takes him, one person, to finish the job in 12 hours. When Mike works with Russ, they can finish the job in 4 hours. So where would we put that? Well, it's working together. We would put the 4 hours up top. And we'll do a quick check, and yes, hours, 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 and hours. So everybody's in hours, that's good. So what we don't know is how long it would take Mike alone to finish the job, and that would be in the last space. So we basically have our rational equation here. So let's go ahead and figure this out. What we're noticing here is that 4/12 plus 4/x is equal to 1. Just going to rewrite it here because I like things kind of nice and neat. I could reduce this equation, or I could just multiply by 12 hours on both of these. Sorry about that bell. 12/12. Notice I'm still missing an x in everything, so I'm going to put x over x, x over x, multiplying by 1, again doesn't change anything, And now I have 12x all the way across. So let's get rid of those. And that gives me 4x plus 48 is equal to 12x. And now it's just a matter of clearing the side and solving for x. Let's subtract 4x. I get 48 is equal to 8x. Let's divide by 8. 48 divided by 8 will give me x. 48 divided by 8 is equal to 6. So I get 6 is equal to x. And I'm just putting in my steps here. So the final answer will be, it will take Mike 6 hours working alone to do this job by himself. And that's the problem. Good luck doing the rest of them.